My dad showed up at my wedding with his new family, uninvited. I saw him the second I walked down the aisle. He was sitting in the back row, next to a woman in a bright red dress that screamed for attention, with two little kids fidgeting beside her. I hadn't seen my dad in over 6 years. He didn't call when I got engaged, didn't text when I sent the save the date. He didn't even reply when I wrote him a long message saying I'd forgiven him for leaving us. I thought that was closure, but apparently it wasn't enough for him. Or maybe he wanted a stage. As the ceremony started, I tried to block it out. My mom was crying beside me, my stepdad holding her hand. They'd been through so much together. I focused on my vows, on the man waiting at the altar, the man who never made me doubt I was loved. But every time I glanced at the crowd, I caught my dad's smug grin, like he was watching a show he owned the rights to. After the ceremony, while we were taking photos, I saw him making rounds at the reception, introducing his new family to my relatives, as if this was a reunion instead of a wedding. He told people, "This is my daughter's big day," like he earned the right to say that. My mom looked crushed. My maid of honor tried to distract me, but when I saw him sitting at the head table's empty seat, my stepdad's reserved spot, I snapped. I walked up to him, in my gown, veil still on, and said quietly, "You weren't invited." He shrugged and said, "I'm your father. I don't need an invitation." His wife smiled like this was some cute family drama. I looked her straight in the eye and said, "Then maybe you should have acted like one before today." The music stopped. My guests fell silent. Even the kids froze. My stepdad walked over, calm but firm, and said, "Sir, you need to leave." My dad laughed under his breath. "Guess I've been replaced," he muttered. My stepdad didn't even look angry, just sad. "No one replaced you," he said. "You left yourself out." Then he took my hand and led me back to the dance floor. The DJ started playing again, and everyone tried to move on, but I couldn't shake the image of my dad walking out of the venue, his wife whispering something harsh as he opened the door. For a second, I almost ran after him, but then my husband squeezed my hand and said, "You don't owe anyone an apology for healing." That night, as we slow danced under the lights, my mom came up and whispered, "He missed every version of you he could have known. Don't let him take this one too." I nodded, tears slipping down my cheeks, and for the first time, I stopped trying to fix something that broke a long time ago. Later, in the bridal suite, I sat by the mirror, still in my gown, makeup slightly smudged. I scrolled through my phone, half expecting a message from him. Something angry, something regretful. Nothing came, just silence. I thought about the birthdays he missed, the graduations he skipped, and the nights Mom cried quietly in her room pretending everything was fine. I used to dream that he'd come back and say sorry, but when he finally did show up, he didn't bring an apology. He brought an audience. I realized then that some people don't come to make amends. They come to be seen. My dad didn't want to reconnect. He wanted to reclaim a title he'd abandoned. But family isn't something you show up to when it's convenient. It's something you nurture when no one's watching. As the night ended, I walked out to the garden alone, where the fairy lights were still glowing. The air was cool, and distant laughter echoed from inside. I whispered a quiet goodbye, not to the man who left, but to the version of me that kept waiting for him to return. Sometimes closure doesn't come from conversation. It comes from silence, and from finally choosing peace over permission.